are the top 3 pieces that every man should have in their wardrobe? Let's say I'm on a budget and I want to get a custom-made suit. What is the benefit that I would get out of getting a custom-made suit versus going and buying one off the rack?
The fashion industry as a whole, man, I think it's all right, man. You know, to be honest with you, to each his own. Whatever you like, you like.
Greetings, kings and queens. I am in Dallas, Texas with creative director Derrick Robinson of Persona Custom Clothiers. How you doing, Derrick?
Man, I'm doing pretty good, young man.
Welcome, welcome. Yeah. A lot of you guys don't know, but me and Derrick go way back. Memphis, Tennessee, when I used to be a model back in the day. Long time ago.
A few years ago.
I did a couple fashion shows for Derrick, and now he does every suit that I have. So everything that you guys see me in on and off the show is a product of this man here. So we're going to jump right into some questions. Tell the people, because of course I know, what is Persona Custom Clothiers?
Persona Custom Clothiers is basically a men's and women's clothing brand, and we particularly specialize in making bespoke suits or made to measure, whichever term you wish to use. Pretty much we can do anything from head to toe. You know, suits, shirts, custom footwear, leather goods, you name it, we technically do it. So
with men and women, when they come in, let's say a woman comes in, would it be you who would speak with this lady, or do you have someone else?
I'm typically here all the time, but if it's a ready-made piece, of course you can just pull that off the rack. But if it's a custom piece, then typically I'm the person that deals with them.
How do you get into the fashion industry?
How do you get into it?
How did you get into it?
How did I get into it? Man, well, you know, back in the day when I had a lot of money, I used to buy, real talk, you know, Spikener, you remember him?
I remember Spikener, yeah.
Yeah, so we used to buy a lot of custom suits. And
Spikener is Memphis.
Yeah, one of our good friends back in Memphis. But I used to buy a lot of tailored suits and stuff. And, you know, one day we just woke up like, man, you know, why don't we just make our own stuff instead of, you know, spending all this money all over the place with all these other guys.
Gotcha.
So, you know, I'm a researcher, so I just figured it out.
Being an entrepreneur and coming into the fashion industry, I know before you kind of dabbled in music a little bit, right?
I'm still
and
nice.
there's other things. What made you say, you know, you're just gonna go full-fledged with the fashion as opposed to doing those other things that you did before?
Man, I had to transition out of my prior industry, let's just say that.
Okay.
So it was a transition, man, either sink or swim, and, you know, this was kind of natural to me, so.
Okay.
I said, let me just do this full time.
So the other than the suits that we do for men and women, and of course the shoes, I've seen some trunks or bags that you guys do as well. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Everything we do is made overseas somewhere, whether it be Europe, Asia, wherever. So all of our leather goods, you know, from the bags, wallets, belts, whatever, all of that stuff is actually made in Spain. So, you know, high grade leathers, hand finished, whatever, basically.
And those things, are those things that they can get here at the shop, or would they have to do a pre-order?
Everything we do for the most part is always custom. You know,
Okay.
the shop is on the women's side, you know, there are some ready-made pieces, but on the men's side, mostly everything is custom. All these pieces that you guys are seeing behind us are just display.
Being a black man in the fashion industry, what are your views on the fashion industry basically as a whole, and how do you feel that you affect the fashion industry being a black man, if you feel there's any effect at all?
I don't know if I necessarily have an effect on it, man. The fashion industry is so wide.
Exactly.
You know, and it's not like, you know, this is a, per se, let's say Tom Ford brand where it's big enough to affect the masses. Now, I'm pretty sure we affect other guys or our peers, you know, easily because
Absolutely.
we're kind of trendsetters in a sense. But the fashion industry as a whole, man, I think it's all right, man. You know, to be honest with you, to each his own. Whatever you like, you like.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you feel like you add any type of diversity, though? I guess what I mean is because
I add diversity within this industry per se. because our take in the way I'm a natural artist, so unlike a lot of these other guys that, no offense, unlike a lot of these other guys that are in the industry, I can do what they do times 10, because I'm a real artist beyond just picking out fabrics and all of that stuff. So it's a difference. My approach is different. I see things. Let's just say that.
Being a black entrepreneur, how do you feel that affects your community, and why is that important to you to be a black entrepreneur, as opposed to working a 9 to 5 or?
Man, I don't know. That's a great question, man, because I'm definitely black and I've been an entrepreneur since '95. It's just good to have a lot of our own people, in these positions, man. And ultimately, what we should strive to do is empower other people. Absolutely. At the end of the day, it's not really all about the money.
Do you offer any options for children?
Yeah, we can do some kid stuff, but it's not like it's a big part of the business,
Well, I'm sure prom time is big for you.
Shoot, I don't consider those the kids though.
Oh yeah, teenagers, I guess I should say. Excuse me, kids.
Yeah, when you're talking kids, I'm talking about the little kids. 5, 6 years old, 3 years old, all that type of stuff. Yeah,
so you have the ability. It's just not a lot of business you get.
Yeah. We could do anything.
Y'all guys, get your kids in here, man. Let's get them fitted, custom fitted.
Wedding days and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, because you want the little man to look. Yes, absolutely. Do you guys need any help, or do you have any positions open? Maybe you got some aspiring stylists or people that want to get in the industry.
We're always open to talking to people, and now we're just getting to a point where it's time to start building out our teams and all of that type of stuff. I think you and I have discussed that, as well. Yeah. So do we need help? Of course. What business doesn't?
Yeah. I mean, working with you guys for so long, for so long, and getting so many suits and things, I kind of feel like a brand ambassador.
You
like a walking billboard.
Yeah, you technically are. You're that.
As a fashion leader in the industry, what kind of advice can you give to stylists or guys and girls that are coming up that want to get into the industry, that want to do some of the same things that you do?
I don't know, man, because I'm not a quote unquote stylist, because I still can't grasp that concept yet. I'm not going to run to the mall and go do pools and borrow stuff and do all of that. When you come to me, technically you're getting styled regardless, without me saying, oh, I'm your stylist. So, so it's a difference, man. I guess you just got to find your niche and run with it and figure out exactly what it is that you want to do and how you, I guess, want to get paid.
Gotcha. So what are the top 3 pieces that every man should have in their wardrobe?
Every guy should have at least 3 things, period. Suit-wise. A gray suit, of course the black suit, and a good blue or navy, period. Not necessarily a tuxedo and all of that other fancy stuff, but at least those 3 colors, hands down.
Okay. So let's say I'm on a budget, and I can only get 1 pair of shoes.
A brown.
Brown kind of covers all 3 of those suits?
Yeah, in a sense. Yeah, I prefer black shoes with a black suit, but brown definitely can go across the board with everything. Okay. So with having these suits, and once again, let's say I'm on a budget and I want to get a custom-made suit, what is the benefit that I would get out of getting a custom-made suit versus going and buying one off the rack? The fit should be better. Definitely when you're doing a custom piece, you can personalize it. I can't personalize stuff when I go to Macy's or,
right.
or wherever. What you see is what you get. But at least when it's custom, you can choose all of your details that you want. Some guys might want something plain. Some guys might want a little red lapel hole or whatever. Those are, some of the true benefits. All right, take for instance this fedora, or as we technically call it, a chapeau.
A chapeau, okay, that's the first time I heard that term.
Yeah, so it's all handmade. We have these made in Ecuador, actually. Professionally done, very clean work. It's actually a unisex piece.
Okay. That was about to be one of my questions. That's a unisex
Yeah,
piece. Okay.
yeah, unisex.
So I always have difficulty with hats, period, fedora,
Head
no
big.
matter what it is. Not that my head is big, I never know what's the front and what's the back.
What? Really?
So how do you know? Yeah.
I mean, typically there should be a tag of some sort in the back. Typically, and
Okay.
then you should really be able to tell by the shape of the hat.
Okay.
You wouldn't want this wide piece sitting in the front. You know, this just naturally should look better in the,
Gotcha.
in the front. Yeah,
Okay.
man.
So tag in the back, fellas, ladies, when you put the hat on,
Yeah,
that's what you want it to be.
Yeah, you should really be able to tell.
All right, so for the last question, we just want to know, it's a tag question that we ask everyone that comes on the show. How do you keep growing? How do you keep glowing? And how do you keep going?
In order to keep growing with anything, you always have to be innovative.
Right.
You know,
Okay.
you got to be constantly and consistently raising the bar. So I do that.
Yes, you
how,
do.
How do I keep glowing? Man, that's just natural.
It's
you
just,
know.
you got a natural
Yeah,
shine.
that's just that natural shea butter I put on everything, so I'm glowing.
All right. And how do you keep going?
Oh, how do I keep going? Man, these kids got to eat, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's your motivation, the
Yeah.
kids. That's a great motivation to have.
Hey, man.
Hey.
Bills hadn't stopped, and the kids.
How many kids you got now?
I got 5. I mean, everybody's
That's a
grown.
that's a basketball team.
Yeah, but you know, everybody's grown except 2. So.
Okay.
But you know, they still eating and still want something every day.
Do you think they're gonna go into the fashion industry?
Not necessarily. I don't know. Maybe my youngest. He possibly. I don't know.
You think he got the eye?
Does he have the eye?
How does he dress now?
He tries to dress like me.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
He trying to follow Pop's footsteps.
So
Yeah.
I don't know.
You don't know?
No, I don't know. I don't know what he's gonna do.
All right.
Can't figure that boy out yet.
Let everyone know where they can find you on social media, your store address, of course.
Okay.
Everything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, across the board through Instagram and Facebook and all of that stuff is Persona. That's Persona, Custom Clothiers. You know, Derrick Robinson, also on Facebook and LinkedIn, Twitter, and all of that stuff. I'm easy to find. But if you get to my IG, you'll find all the rest of them.
And you know where to find us on YouTube, UnderCrowne, on Instagram at UnderCrowne, and on Facebook at UnderCrowne. And we have a gift for you, Mr. Robinson, like we do all of our UnderCrowne guests here when they come on with us. So we have the card for you here.
Oh, gift certificate.
And we have your gift there.
So,
You're more than welcome to open it now or later if you
oh,
want to.
man, I know it's a Rolex.
It might be. It's definitely for your wrist.
Oh, it's the next best thing.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm assuming if I know this is Lord and Lord. Am I right?
You familiar with Lord and Lord?
Yeah.
Shout out Lord and Lord Designs. IG.
What's up, Tamika?
Yeah, we figured you like that with the crown on it since you know, you the king out here in Dallas.
Yeah, no, I love it, man. Those are my people.
Good, appreciate it. Glad you like it. And thank you for coming on.
All right, appreciate it, man.
I am King Landon Sands. Thank you all for joining us. Keep growing, keep glowing, keep going.